So the police in Toronto ended up killing a young sister by the name of Regis Korchinski-Paquet. Now, she was on the 24th floor, and the police were engaging her on the 24th floor. The police end up causing her to go over the 24th floor and falling to her death. Then the police tried to say at first, oh, it was a suicide. They tried to lie. Okay. My brothers and sisters in Toronto, many of you watch in Canada. Shout out to all my Canadian subscribers. Dealing with, the racism that comes with the Toronto Police Department. I've heard a lot of police brutality incidents in Toronto, but the people in this climate of George Floyd definitely took out in protest. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Thousands of people gathered at Christie Pitts Park in Toronto's Midtown, rallying against Indigenous and anti-Black racism across North America.
We got to show support, right? There's a lot of things happening around the world, and we have to make sure we show solidarity at all times. And it's important that we make sure that we know that Black lives matter.
Saturday's rally was sparked by the death of Regis Korchinski-Paquet. The 29-year-old had fallen from an apartment balcony Wednesday.
This happened in my neighborhood, Regis Korchinski-Paquet, so I'm mortified. And I just wanted to do what I could to help support this.
The protest wound its way through city streets. Leading the way were members of the Korchinski-Paquet family. Her family believes police played a role in her death. The incident is now being investigated by Ontario's police watchdog.
We should keep our solidarity together. That's very important for me.
So you have to understand something. We're dealing with the same issues everywhere. Definitely if you live in the quote unquote West or any European ran nation, you understand that. When I say European, I'm talking about their origin. I'm not talking about them being Canadian or calling themselves American. No, I'm not saying it like that. We deal with racism, white supremacy when they are in charge. Okay. Understand that. We don't deal with those issues when they're not in charge. I'm talking about complete charge. Us being complete in charge, like in charge of everything, racism will never be an issue and a problem. Like if you are in a Caribbean nation or you are on a continent, wherever, where you have a Black nation. The thing is, we have seen countless Black people deal with these issues and problems because they feel they can handle us any kind of way. Now, could you imagine they do that to a white woman? How that will be looked at? They know better. See, I tell people, if they were really just violent like that, they would do it to everybody consistently. But they are very consistent on the abuse and on the murder of Black people. Listen, this story needs to be just as out there right now, just as much as George Floyd. The only difference with George Floyd is we have it on camera. Now, maybe we had that on camera with the police done, then maybe it'll be a little different. But this is very upsetting. This is another Black woman dying at the hands of the police. It's sick, man. See, even my Black Canadian brothers and sisters that say, well, it's not as bad as America. We do have issues and problems, but it's not as bad. We don't need to be dealing with not as bad. We need to be not dealing with it at all. Understand? You don't need to be dealing with it whatsoever. You're human beings. You shouldn't be worrying about getting harassed and being bothered, etc. just because you Black, or the police handling you a certain kind of way just because you Black. No, we deserve to be treated like anybody else. We have sisters like Breonna Taylor that was killed by the police, shot 8 times. These police don't care about Black women. They don't care about Black men. They are an entity of hate against Black people. And don't tell me not all of them are bad. Listen, if you're part of that entity and you're a quote unquote good cop, why aren't you taking the charge of making sure all the cops that you know that brutalize people are arrested? We'd love to see footage of you arresting another cop that you see beating someone and say, I'm charging you with assault on a citizen. Then you would make me believe and say, okay, now that's actually a good cop. I have not seen footage of a cop arrest another cop. And it needs to be the norm. But this is sad, man. And the people in Canada, we definitely support you as your brothers and sisters here in America, we support you. You part of the diaspora as well. Our Canadian brothers and sisters, anywhere we are in the four corners of the earth is a diaspora. And our Canadian brothers and sisters, like I said, you dealing with police brutality issues, let us know. I mean, we don't want you guys to be out of the mix. We don't want our Caribbean brothers and sisters to be out of the mix, or our brothers and sisters in Brazil or wherever else we're located, Colombia. We all, like, this channel is for the diaspora and also the continent as well. It's for all of us to share our stories, to get it out there. It's for us, because we don't have our own media that's global, to have a global focus. And this is why I work hard every day to try to continue to grow and bring in contributors from different places. We need Canadian contributors that could really tell the stories of what's going on. Somebody who's good at doing that. I'm definitely open to a Canadian contributor. I want contributors from all the lands that we are located to bring stories and share them here. You got to share the stories, because you can reveal something in Toronto and know the climate in Toronto that I don't know being in Houston. That's why we need people out there. So if there's any Canadians out there who are part of the diaspora, I would say, that want to be a part and who's great at it, or maybe you're a YouTuber out of Canada and you really want to get involved in talking about this, and hey, let us know. We're definitely open to that. But leave us a comment, let me know what you think about the situation with our sister Regis. This is totally, despicable, but this is the legacy of racism, white supremacy. Don't let them people tell you in Canada that, oh, we're not as bad as the Americans. No. Didn't Justin Trudeau have blackface? And that's your leader. So yes, you got racism just as much as we have it. Trust me.